I am creating this video to discuss the Millennials Mean Business event hosted on Monday, March 19th by the Clay Center and the VSB Week. The following video will provide a summary of the event as well as my reactions and opinions of this event. Brad Karsh, a former Leo Burnett employee who now delivers speeches on how to create a comfortable work environment consisting of a variety of generations, hosted this talk. In the workshop, Karsh focused on advising millennials, who are the generation consisting of people born between 1981 and 2000, how to not only be able to work with, but work well with, older generations, especially Generation X and the Boomers. According to various polls, 72% of companies report that age discrimination is a critical issue within their business, mostly due to the fact that older generations accuse millennials of being entitled. Karsh explains, though, that this controversy within businesses should not be completely blamed on the millennials, but rather on how they are raised and the culture they grew up in, as well as older generations forgetting that they were very similar to the millennials when they were younger. He explains that while the millennials are goal-oriented, possess a positive attitude, are usually tech-savvy, and are successful when it comes to collaboration, they lack a willingness to do menial work, skills for dealing with more difficult people, experience, patience, and are often too confident. To conclude this presentation, Karsh presented the audience with tips in order to accommodate more successfully in the business world. His top tips for millennials were: 1. Be judicious. 2. Think independently. 3. Embrace feedback. 4. Display initiative. 5. Take ownership. 6. Bring solutions. And 7. Lose your sense of entitlement. He stressed the 7th point because even if one thinks that they may not be entitled, when entering the workforce, everyone will assume they were just because they are a part of the millennial generation. Overall, I found Karsh's presentation very enlightening, and I know it will be very useful not only when I enter the workforce, but also during interviews and networking events. Although I realize that different generations often possess different attitudes and stereotypes, I never considered the monumental effect it would have on workplace cohesiveness. Many times during the presentation, I found myself fitting some of the stereotypes Karsh presented about the millennials, especially when he began discussing our generation's tendency to multitask at work, something older generations do not always appreciate. Not only did this presentation provide numerous helpful tips and reminders, but his presentation was also very gripping. Karsh did a fantastic job keeping his presentation compelling by including various video clips as well as popular songs. He cracked jokes with the audience, but still managed to emphasize every important point in a way that stuck with the audience. I would recommend this event to anyone who asked, and I also enjoyed myself and learned a lot about entering the workforce.